So, see how that. Do some changes over here. Look at all this new stuff going on. So yeah, it's a thing I mentioned before. Master Sword Doctrine with this. Because I seriously don't think we should yeah, I sincerely doubt that we'll be able to actually, you know, we'll actually, you know, get like armor, tank. We could probably get some armor cars and all that, but is it right now? I think like to be sort of moderate, or at least moderate as they can be, really. You can see I'm gonna be reading through all these events again. And stuff, although I like to try the democracy side once they actually, you know, it actually gets finished. I don't think they mentioned it. I think they mentioned is it to Russia and France and all that. But however keen, like once there's more to this democratic path, I might give it a shot. We ought to do it offline just to see. But until then, we shall do this again. Churchill's horror. The memories of Churchill's failures hang heavy on his head. Will tonight be another sleepless night? Will tonight be another tossing and turning in agony? Maybe there's something helping this cabinet. Maybe. 5 speed for now. And that elite infantry, but we can't even, you know, build anything. We don't got no mills or sieves and all that. So, this is gonna be just what exactly we should choose for like stuff. Organization going. So I'm gonna read these. First, dear Lord Admiralty, Duke Winston Churchill. Lord Admiralty. Hopes that it finds you in ill health because your choices in the panic of they have lost 3 children, Joshua, Frank, and Harvey, laying out in their bed, warm and safe, under the dunes of the Turkish lands. Because you understand the war resulted in death. When my boys went to war, I was probably naive and believed that they would all return safe. But more details of the blunders that led to the demise of Merge as the performing confidence become more clear. I've listened to the 1,000 times been in Egypt and Somalia under your command, the Dardanelles. And now the face were preventable, only they were sent to East Africa against the sky. Or they found themselves keeping them out of France. Pitiful. I wish for them to have suffered so. For otherwise they would not have died. Perhaps they could have done many great things. Not a healthy already just cooking. Perhaps this was company in field chef before the shells fell. Perhaps their poem was lost in the dunes that Majasha wrote. I don't know now. May you never sleep again. May you never again sleep peacefully, for I have not. Yours, Mary Williamson. Dear January 3rd, 1920. Joe took another long swig of whiskey and tried to fold up, throw it into the fire. There's a few words led of his type, and yet he could not. Smudges of her from her tears or his, he does not remember. Whiskey soda, whiskey sour, whiskey straight, along with the dull with memory. Joe's companion. Yeah, as you can see, it's pretty depressing starting this off. And he can either get even worse, remain as it is, or perhaps get better. Who knows? There's Madagascar. The country chases the future. Yep. The second letter. Very soon. It became apparent that due to the shortcomings in strategy and lack of result, that Soviets and Churchill, or the MIT, is deeply incompetent at repeatedly fleeing these up to the Dardanelles, including those complete misjudging of the situation regarding mines, taking the soldiers of the land that lack of artillery support provided. Despite no less than 5 battleships being within 5 range, resulting in nearly 100,000 casualties within the first 4 days of landing, the only course that could be seen at Churchill was a liability as well. Attached to the back was the official telling Winston in plain terms that there was little more that could be said, that the king had officially revoked his role as admiralty. He thought, for the memento mori, not for himself, no, the score was unstable. His photograph of Markets of a new addition to the dusty thing was a reminder enough of looming death. This was the death memory of a career which flung itself into wild adventures it was not ready for. He would never repeat the mistake gallantly, never again send men into fray without deep, careful consideration. So we could actually get out of this damn place. He has not smelled the earth or even a stink of fish in years. He almost forgotten the coast. A solution? Elaborate the balcony anywhere humans are. Alone is good, it's safe. No one will criticize you if you're alone. Yeah. At least not to your face. Because you're alone. As you can see over here. Can we train some of these? We're probably not gonna go to war for a long while. Training them. This third letter, Lord Vincent Churchill. With regard to the replacement of the government of Britain, of course, this has been received 3 separate times. Not to mention the letter which was thrown away, saying it was 15 letters when I'm at the post office faster, Winston. It has been decided you are not a tool persona non grata. Instead, you shall be given a place in the colony of the British Empire. You may risk at the position in the British Raj as governor of the province of Lucknow. The rest of the letter wasn't terribly foreign. It was, however, everything Churchill. Looking at it all, where his life went, excepting the war in India after Kurdistan after got over there, and so much death, destruction, and horror right in the name of the British Empire, he was still willing to use them somewhere. Perhaps that was a good sign, or perhaps they understood the impending collapse of the Raj and hoped that he would die in sweet vice. But he could slip off a lip and survive, and he would keep doing so. Blood everywhere. Every drop stained his mind until it was for his car and all his dollars and his butcher. So you get a house. Who cares if his palate? He's a grown man. His choice, damn it. Experience for that. Get into some very treacherous, pretty bad, but this is that's how starting out is gonna be pretty tame compared to this. But don't worry, it's gonna get worse. Trust me. Like a sent soldier, sir. He saluted as he walked through the library once more. He said to the soldier, young Englishman, no more than 20. Good, solid, stocking about soldier and large-chested. Kind of person he knew could count on the right thing when the natives got rowdy. He didn't fit me a teeny. One little rifle smoke he gave gas to get and sun blasted. Hell. It was clear well maintained. I'm also the sister gave a half-hearted salute. I must remind you, sir, they request me to there will be military parade in the corridor with my place. That's the judge's command, sir. I visit on behalf of Colonel Randall that you attend. Son would do you good, he said. Churchill gave him more looking up at frowning at the estimated name. Sir, I'm Private George Stammen. Private? Let me tell you, young man, that you will never speak of me as such matters again, he said. Sir, I'm a yes, I know, you're following orders. Let me give me new ones. Get your pale, unbladed ass out on the streets of Lucknow for a day. Then you understand why I don't go outside. Tell your commanders that you are dismissed from the guard and will be assigned to military police, my order. But sir, go. And don't come back until you had cracked someone's head open. So I think he needs to stop drinking. Some more worse than that, needs to restrict himself. He should loosen up. So, sorry about nudging the mic real quick. Try to find a better position. For it. I always gotta fiddle with the mic every time I do this. I cannot find the best position no matter what. I like this new stuff over here. This little features art and all that. Nice. Son made of Indian blood into his room with the morning tea and whiskey soda, where once it was called mouthwash for its tiny amount of whiskey. And whiskey was soda. Some days, he just wanted undiluted. Enter, mumbled Churchill, leave it by the blood, he just said. Where he was scarcely woken up before having breakfast. Of the few perks he had posted at getting breakfast in bed was an undeniable one. Picked up the crystal glass sword of iron, pretending to care about the taste, and would smile before gulping down the drink. I watched him after giving horror as the wretched man before. Well, he has something to say, he growled, losing no worry. Well, sir, I don't mean to be rude, he waited. So, good. The air felt tight, like before a battle, before the first shot was fired. But the maid and I have wondered if you could ease back on the alcohol. It can't be helped. A solid half-pound of crystal glass smashed into her eye. She let out a scream, blood streaming from her split eyelash. She curled up against the wall, trying to fight tears while Churchill roared at her like a hell beast unleashed. I couldn't get her down about what the hell wants. Give me some more fucking whiskey. Sorry, I gotta cough. It was contemplation. Maybe he can't go on like this. There should be something more alive for Duke's son. There is something. Checking out the pee-pee. Checking the big old pee-pee. Take a while. Vision compromise, of course. Yep. So I was gonna break away. I started like doing things. Right? We had a fusing on the floor and on the other side, please. Made the rain could only think he thought disorder and looking Churchill. Look at the window. The old vice was baffled. He sure went to the library or something, but he couldn't know what it was. But he just wanted to grab a book, some of the old wisdom. Space would be useful to provide by effect, but he wanted the classic when Shakespeare could be able to alleviate insomnia. But he just went for a drink of whiskey on his comfort chair. Well, good drink and had drank on every chair in the house. Maybe he wanted to take a look at the report of his deals. He had nothing to do. I think I should go to bed. So I just want the loud noise of his slippers and carpet from his heavy feet feeling over the feeling of it. He felt like each one of his 61 years were coming to him with every drop. The old man watched to recover his enthusiasm and he had proposed the food for the population. Even the most resonating of failures were filled with more life in his current depressing situation. That was control of my life? I'm pretty sure. If not then and will now. He's listening to 3 pops per head. Which one shall he go down? I know what I'm going to go down. Going down tonight. It's a fucking child. God. Annihilation. Smell like accelerationism. Yeah, I think China has some stuff for the focus tree as well. China, please. Sorry, it's actually dusk over in China. Let you guys read this. Pause for that. About People's Republic. Churchill's choice. Looking out the mini ballot and Macy guy had many level debated in a small amount. One amount of requests he sleep it out. Churchill seen there was only 3 heads above him. 4 if you can't show me gun that might don't point the trigger, well that was off the table. 3 days. First you can go forward as he has before him. The kind of burden required just a little bit of shoving people out of the way, but it was entirely possible. He could do it, just get past those social walls and by here taste the sun to see once more. He says he could do that. Next, he could double down, become worse if the ease out of putting the posters declaring his monsterhood. He could very well become a monster at all costs, whatever, in all times. Reunite the inhabitants of India, form a new Raj, one that could last 1,000 years. As long as the Britain, with every trait of the certain continent, has gone all the way up from Britain he loves. Or you become a politician again. Well, let him say to them, no, he loves democracy too much. He loves freedom too much. The thing about being alone, we need to introduce reform and so on, do electoral system. We can do wars, it would be to peace. Create and do wars, it could be wars now, weapons. Which way is forward? Which way? All these three in Calais good Britain. That's all I need. There she goes. Nothing needs to change. Promise. Yeah, nothing needs to change, ever. Do some sheet tools. Partial mobilization. Getting partial mobs, man. Yep, Korea's kicking off. And a little pause back. Look at that. See, will that liberation fund win? Oh, I might as well. Should we reward? I do get with this. Oh, the rest of the British colony, that's how they lose. Breaking free and that nigga. They can use like a lot of paths. They can get democracies. They can get chaos and get like sucked in. Progressive. I'm used to the old ways. Become socialist. Yeah, that's not really more that. Well, become some form of accelerationist. I might give someone to try. Maybe. Depends on the circumstances, really. Reset out of here. How long is it going to take? Period force of evolution, of course. Comes out of Russia. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Due to the weakening. As of number first, I was with Churchill growing more as he got out of bed. Joints ached, his pound of muscle refused to work as they should be. Although it seemed like hours, it was probably more like 15 minutes. He was suffering toward his closet. But it baffled. He had a buzz on the top, but that didn't matter. It was time for him to begin his day. Looking like I told him it was 1 p.m. Time for lunch. The nicotine craving he developed long ago gnawed his stomach all the same as hunger. He put on service and went on to shelf his cravings. Thank God he's up. Let's see. Life of an officer. It was I really wanted the power using that officers. They've started making autonomous choices. With the loyalty to Churchill being the only thing that you find their policy. Life officer, life of a leader. Then we go down over here. Go down over here. Yeah, this is basically this is the part where it's basically just gonna be two different stories happening at the same time. The life of Churchill just doing basically nothing, and life of an officer trying to figure out what the hell they're doing. We'll take a look at the officer's perspectives first. You're all doing a wonderful job here, said the officer guy before him. Oh, and the 3 bottles of wine brought over. After 20 minutes, Costa's friends and companions returned to 7:15 were piss drunk. 2 were sober and 2 were mildly buzzed, and what was passed on the table while a spittle slowly gnawing from the Cavendish sauce that was his mouth. With all your reports, of course, Churchill lied. I've come to the conclusion that we are making progress. I've been some suspect and falsification of it. Really is quite wonderful to see the progress you have made in looking at properly. Agreeing on all your proposals. This is probably again half of them remember the proposal, and the other half of them contradict each other. We also weren't drunk to celebrate, they were drunk to tolerate the monthly media Churchill to an extent. Churchill knew this, but he didn't care. The officers knew how They work among themselves, they work so it didn't matter how productive the meetings were. They're just formalities. The officers really ran this on. Churchill thought to suit him just fine. Well, fine. Jason looked like he might actually have an idea. Not the life of a leader. Churchill's life is boring, easy. It was only lived for years. Let's take a look. Shall I take a look? Mass assault. Pocket defense. Peter Miller and the Danish Prime Ministers. Or free Denmark. Progressive. Ooh, waving now. Interesting. Oh, which one? Ooh. Let's get drawn. Vi kan se det ideal. Just schedules off. Thank God he's up. Mom will have made to us aid. He's up. Get him his breakfast. It'll be cold. He point out. Made an hour ago. That's what he says. No, no. This was a kid that match. If you're really busy with Superman, cold food, you could tell him. He could just wait. If it does a bullshit, it wasn't enough to discourage to eat for the question. She's not quietly and curled up before the one-eyed maid got angry at her. Bacon. Oh yeah, that's the same maid that got the bottle. Just throwing it up. Bacon, eggs, toast, and a heated glass of white wine along with the coffee if the supplies held. Luckily, they had. He sat there, munching away at food, could say, what happened today? I need a break. Maybe you should. Meanwhile, the research problem. There were 30 million people on the land, the farmers are not producing enough. We must start taking measures, and our measures will be unpopular. Time to bite the bullet, for there is a little rice. Yeah, the best 30 million people. Whole loads of people. The Korean Republic's gonna come out on top. Just doing the thing with the stuff. What's it being government's doing? I'm just fine. Problem. Posing that positive concepts of the pain and for the regime now they produce as much as they are instructed to, but they do not produce enough in the stash away. No matter how many police are brought in, no matter how many grandiose the threats of violence are, no matter how harsh the threats are enacted, like now police, and so we cannot dislodge the rights from the farmers. Promises of payment don't work. The farmers have been burned before, so the violence don't work, so like the farmers would be free from harm if they the crops over. Many the regime blood insurmountable. This had led many consequences among them that famine, especially dooms over the problems unless something can soon. The people look now are starved. Same enough rice, right? Maybe. Men 45 grams of rice, women 350 grams of rice, children 150 grams of rice. This if you do not work, more if you work in agriculture. Now we're extremely rationalizing that. If I'm correct, that's not really a lot. Bitch for the child, that's like pittance. Oh, pittance or whatever the fuck. Let's see what the socialists do things with the stuff. Let's get a inscription. Those Persian might come out. Who knows? It's possible, theoretically. There's the Russian Civil War going on. George not assassinated. What the bear ripped his apart? Yeah. Did this thing get bigger? I just imagined that. I don't remember. We do got some stuff over here. World of War isn't going to be a pain, but hopefully we'll be able to do something about that. We need food. What's a simple, constant chain of people? Desperate people. Fill the freezer enough now to fill the source of the population when rice did not. If the ration was imposed on me, a handful of rice was what they expected each day. Bread enough to sustain an invalid, a prisoner who never moved, let alone people who work every day. Children were sickly, they were already half starved, the hunger in all the entire city. If it wasn't relieved soon, then Orion would become a full-on revolution. The officers of the United States watching for them all trying to decide a course of action. Damn it all. Meanwhile, take a smoke break. The cigars are quite nice, and the staple of Churchill's life for quite some time, though no one tells them how many are left. Of course. As you can see. Equipment. This is gonna be entertaining to figure out how I'm gonna do this. A cigar. That smoke filled around the solarium, where Will's parents suffered under noxious and teen Churchill's general lack of care for anything green. Due to Phil's proper pregnant cigarette burned to the yellow crystal glass that serves an ashtray. Days. It wasn't long until someone the newest hire walked into the room, bowing deeply and asking if he needed anything. Another cigar, please. It seems as though the box, small coil and sugared, is empty. The main nod and went to get another box. It's over. Relax. It's 15 should be brought over. Sir, the contract made upon return. Could not find any cigars, not in the humidifier, not in the storage, not in the personal storage, not in the officer's quarters either. There's not a single cigar in this place. Like the hell there isn't. Churchill Ward. Then up by waffling all the blood rushed to his head. Search harder, search more. Sir, I have. Take a lunch break. Wine, meat, and bread. 3 food groups Churchill enjoyed his long lunch breaks. Indeed. The finest of the foods. Some radios. Meantime. Infantry manufacturer. Get some of that good shit going. Bottle of wine. Yeah, it's probably gonna be the last event I read. So I gotta cut the episode because we're out of time. So I'll read this at the end of the video. At 4 p.m. The first hot meal Churchill had today. Nothing special, chicken soup and bully beef sandwiches. Didn't want anything special either. Instead he grabbed another sandwich from the lady Susan. He motioned over to the one I made over. Could you bring me some more wine? He murmured. She I try not to look directly at Churchill's without hoping she didn't see the fear in her own. She went down to the wine so there was a horrible view. All the creaking stairs and cars became her only companion. She turned the corner instead of pursuing the wine. There was none. Every bottle was gone. Fear panic shot through as they raced in some way to explain to Sir Churchill that there was simply wasn't any wine left. What happened? Where did it go? She could have sworn it was a new shipment last week, but then Churchill held their party with his officers. Did he drink it all already? There's some slav as a steal. He made it up shaking as he approached Sir Churchill. Sir, there no more wine. The silence. There was silence, tense silence as Churchill contemplated this. He sent his fist down the table and told her to get out, shouting to be left alone. He didn't need much convincing. Soon ran into her quarters. God damn it all. Yep. Shit ain't going our way. We'll find out more how exactly worse it can get. Once we start going in deeper. this as well. So, no matter until we get to that, I'll see you guys later. Basically, probably for like the next like 2 to 3 episodes, we'll be building up for cail yuga. So until we get then, I'll see you guys later. Bye.